and welcome to Feeding the Soul with Mirthell. Today I will be fixing a special Jamaican traditional meal called ackee and saltfish. However, I won't be using saltfish, I will be using plant-based alternatives, so a vegan ackee and saltfish. It is a traditional meal that you can eat with breakfast, you can eat it with dinner, but I'm gonna fix it around a breakfast style type meal. So we will also be having a guest on the show. I gotta feed my wife and kids, so let's get started. Okay, now that we got that part finished, it's time to meet our guests. Hi, Deborah, how are you doing?
Good, how are you?
I am fine. Now, I know that you're used to calling me pastor, but I need you to call me Mirthell, okay? For this, because my audience knows me as Mirthell. Now, Deborah knows me as pastor. So she oftentimes will call me pastor, so it might be a little bit difficult for her. So Deborah today is one of my friends, and we'll get into how I met Deborah. But Deborah is the CEO of GO Yee Foundation. It is a charitable foundation that is doing amazing big things on the continent of Africa, specifically Zimbabwe. There are some challenges and there are some needs that she is meeting as far as hunger is concerned, as far as COVID, the effects of COVID is concerned. She's getting into orphanages. She's getting into old age homes. She's getting into prisons. She's getting into communities. She's doing a great work. And Onyx family has just been so proud and happy about that initiative that we have joined them and we have made contributions to this effort. So we're going to get into that, but I just want to introduce you to the CEO of GO Yee Foundations, Deborah. Thank you for joining me, Deborah.
Thank you. I will try by all means not to say pastor. Thank you.
So let's get into that. So how me and Deborah met is that I was once her pastor, okay? Yeah. And so that's why she's so accustomed to calling me pastor. So Deborah, when was that? That was like 2007
or 8. 8.
Might have been 2000. Yeah, I think 2008.
Yes, that was 2008 because that's why I just came into the country of Canada. Right. You were the first family that I could just really be comfortable because at that point, things were not so right, as you remember.
Yes.
My family was going through a challenge where there was going to be a separation. I guess you were the only family. I'll say family because your wife played a very big role. I will say this. I was like a broken, a bag full of glass. The bag is good.
Yeah.
The glasses inside are broken. So as I walked around, as I came into your church, I walked in and I had a bright smile, but inside it wasn't so good. But I know you used to notice that and many times would sit and talk. But there's one thing that your wife, Rita, said to me. She said, out of everybody in the world that I know, you second to my mom, you are the strongest woman I've ever known. I didn't think I was strong. But when she told me that, I was like, I think I gotta own this. So
But we saw that. We saw that in you. You weren't just strong. Anybody can go through difficult times, and you went through difficult times, as you have said, and you were going through a separation, and eventually it became a divorce. But you're such a strong and special woman. I have seen how you were able to still love on your family and keep everyone together despite some things that we just can't help. Like there's some things that we just can't help. And what me and Rita saw in you was that strength, and we admire you. And so I guess it helps to have the first lady of the church be your buddy, because I noticed that you guys started to form a friendship and you guys would talk. And
she asked me, for me, I come from Zimbabwe. When somebody is said to be a pastor, right? We won't pray to them, but it is an honor, right? It's somebody who is special that you get comfort. Like even the wife, we call them mama, right? At home, mama, because whenever you have a problem, you go to them. So one time she asked me, she said, Deborah, you are my friend. I didn't know what to say. I said, this is too much of an honor, friends. Why I can't?
Right. But it was wonderful. It was wonderful to be able to know you and to see how you were able to deal with complex situations. A lot of the times we lift up families that appear to have it all together.
Yes.
And we honor families that appear to have it all together. And we know that nobody has it all together. And every family has their challenges, including the Onyx family. Yes. But when you have it all together and so many things are working well, we honor them, we lift them up, and we say, I love the Onyx family. Yes. But what we honor about you, Deborah, is that you had a broken situation that was not easily fixed. And we love to see how you worked with that and how your relationship with God helped you to keep your family together and loving one another despite separation, divorce, remarriage, and starting over. It's just beautiful. And we honor you for that because you're a good example.
Thank you.
Yeah. So today, it is great having you on the show. And, I'm really looking forward to getting into how you're not just loving on your family, but how you're loving on the world and how you're loving on Zimbabwe and different places that you have this foundation. And so we're going to get into that.
All righty. So I've seen a lot of things on Facebook and places where you are cooking, Pastor, and I've actually gotten into liking vegan food, vegetarian food, just because. So I just wanted to know what's going on and what are you making today, if you're making something.
So today, Deborah, I am fixing a West Indian meal where it's a very common dish. It's ackee, and what most people would put in it is saltfish, but I am going to put a vegan fish in it. So it's ackee and a vegan fish, and kind of introduce my audience to Jamaican cuisine, but vegan style. So Deborah, what do you have cooking in your side of the kitchen? And I'm not talking about food, I'm talking about your GO Yee Foundation. What do you have going on? Because this is really remarkable.
It is. Honestly, me and my family have been trying our best to be there people back home. As we all know that economically and a lot of more other things that are happening in our country, as a God-given responsibility, we take it as our responsibility to help out whatever the government is not doing based on whatever challenges they are having. We take it as our responsibility to do. So over the years, we've been doing as much as we could, buying groceries for those that couldn't, paying medical bills here and there. But the situation has gone so much that I can talk about maybe 80% of the population of Zimbabwe. They really need us as the entire world to put our hands together. It became so tough for us that whatever we had, we don't have much. We shared almost everything that we had. But then I said, you know what? I have my friends, wonderful friends that I am not afraid to approach, because before this, I've been trying to do something for myself because I feel it inside of me that I need to be somewhere there, like I need to be known. It's just in me that I need to be out there, right, and do things. I tried a show called Keeping Up with Canada.
Right, I remember that. And that was really fun to watch your family doing those things.
Yes, and to know that you, Onyx family, from nowhere, you called us and said, we can help you build your YouTube, your channel. And you were there for me, of course, challenges here and there, and stuff like that, having grown kids moving away who were helping out with the channel. But you never left us alone, right? You were there for us. So that's why on that day, I said, you know what? I know this challenge that I'm having to help out my country, not just my own people, my family, but everybody else, because we're all the same. I wouldn't sleep at night knowing that somebody in Zimbabwe, even if they are not my family, their kids didn't eat. So I said, I know of friends that could help out. So that's why I had to make that phone call. I guess it was a text to your wife, Rita. And I told her, I said, you know what? I have this thing and I wish you could help me out, help these people. And I had faith, honestly, because my daughter, when I was making that call, my daughter and my husband, they were like, "Ooh, what are you doing?" I said, I know I don't have so much faith, but for the first time, I know I have faith with these ones here. I'm going to tell them the only thing they can say is no.
Right. And I'm glad that you called us, because when people are in need of help,
yes,
it is a blessing and a privilege to be able to help them. So it's not only a blessing when you receive something. To me, it's a blessing when I have the opportunity to give back. It is better to give than to receive. And so for me, when you called and you invited us to join this initiative so that we can give some of what we have back to a community that is desperately in need, I felt that that was a huge blessing. And I just want to thank you for making that call. So basically, you had this passion for your country and you really saw the great need. So it moved from you and your family just trying to help to creating a foundation and an organization that can do it in a more systematic way.
Made me think about that. I wasn't thinking of making an organization or anything, but the first question you asked me, because you came back with Rita and you're like, so what should we do? We really want to help. You know, I was laughing at Rita because when I was showing her some things from my country, I showed you a well where there was water in it. She's like, what is that? I'm like, oh boy, typical Americans.
Right, because it looked like just a pit that had dirty water in it. Like it did, like a well. Like when I think of a well, I think of, ooh, nice stones, crystal clear water.
By what you guys are doing, honestly, I'm not going to lie to you. The impact that you have made to those people, actually, it's amazing.
From concept to conceptualizing it, you've now moved from the idea of starting a foundation to actually going ahead and starting it. And we have joined you in being one of the first contributors. What have you been able to do with the donations that you have received? And who are your audience that you're helping? So what are some of the demographics that you've been able to help in Zimbabwe?
Like they are little children, like you talked about a lot of things that I ended up venturing into because of the contributions that were made. I went into an orphanage. In that orphanage, there is a lot of need, like just basic needs. So the needs that we incur here in the Western countries is different from the ones back in our countries. I'm talking about food, just basically food, right? And these kids, they need uniforms, they need shoes. I'm talking about maybe a child who has never had shoes in their life, and food and pencils, just a pencil from a dollar store. That will mean a lot for a child.
Oh, right.
I'm asking for those things: pencils, stationery, shoes, clothes. We went to an old people's home too. These are old people who were picked from the streets.
They were homeless.
Some of them are 89, 90, and they are old, but like we managed to adopt one of them. They were so happy. We bought them food, we bought them everything. So our main idea was to go back there and be taking care of them. Some of them want wheelchairs, they can't walk. If you realized, we had a few of them coming in. We had a meeting one time. You saw some of the videos. They couldn't come because some of them don't have walkers, right? They don't have just the basics, you know, just the basics.
So Deborah, you guys are helping everyone. You're helping people from prisons.
Yeah.
You're helping the old age individuals where they don't have families that are taking care of them. They're on the street. You're helping orphanages. You're helping communities that are struggling. That is really wonderful that you had it in your heart and that you've allowed the Onyx family to be a part of that initiative. Thank you so much.
Not
wow,
too much.
that is wonderful. Deborah, We are so happy to be a part of this initiative. And the reason why I was excited to bring you on my show is because I wanted to give our audience the opportunity to also give back to this initiative if this is something that they feel impressed that they would like to make a contribution. And I heard you talk about just a dollar store pencil. So it's not like, you know, it's amazing that what little we can give, how far it can go in some places like Zimbabwe. And so if you have more that you can give, that's wonderful. If you can't give much, but you feel impressed and you'd like to give, we would like to give our audience that opportunity. So where can they go to find this information, Deborah?
Okay, we have a website that we've been trying to, because everything was quick. We just started 2 months ago. With your help, this thing has just blown up so much that we are so geared. Even those who are back in Zimbabwe, who are working with us, our crew, they are so excited and to be doing this. So we're still working on the website. You might not find all the information you're looking for, but you go to GO Yee foundation.business.site.
Okay.
Yes.
So we're going to put that up so that you will have that information. Like I said, you know, even if it's just your prayers where you just feel like you want to make sure that you are giving great energy and prayers towards people that are in need. Well, we just want to make you aware of what's going on the other side of the world and to give you the opportunity to be able to help. Hi, my name is Mirthell and I am a part of the Onyx family. It is a privilege for me to be able to share with you this special initiative undertaken by a YouTube family led by Aunt Canada. They are a part of our BU community and they approached us and said, we would really love for you to help support our mission for Zimbabwe. During this COVID time, it's been really hard for certain communities within the Zimbabwe community or the country of Zimbabwe to be able to meet these needs. These are prisoners, these are orphanages, these are old age homes in certain communities. And so Aunt Canada and her family has started an initiative called GO Yee Foundation. And this GO Yee Foundation has partnered with the Onyx family as we are all a part of the BU community and we are going to do something about it. So we already started it and we just want to share with you a little bit about what they have done and we want to invite you to join us on this mission. Now I want to share a website with you and if you're interested after you've watched this video, you go to the website and you get the information and you can give your donation as well. GOYEE, that's GO Yee foundation.business.site. If you go there, you can make a financial contribution, or if you don't have what to give right now, you can always pray and send really good positive energy our way. Thank you so much, and we really appreciate you, and we're looking forward to sharing more with you about what the Onyx family is doing through BU in order to meet the needs of our communities.
Grateful today to be at Metro Pitch and we are breaking ground for the GO Yee Foundation. We are so excited as a team to come here and thus far we have gone. We want to thank the Onyx family. We want to thank the Mandizadze family. We want to thank Musa and Melissa for making this day possible. The birthing of GO Yee Foundation. We were at Metro Pitch today. We are a team that is excited to go far with this program.
So thank you so much, Deborah, for joining us. Thank you for keeping my company in the kitchen as I'm cooking for my family. But now I think I have to get back to my pot and get back to my cooking because I got to feed my wife and kids. But before we go, can you share with me a little bit about how you feed your soul?
Pastor, there is nothing else I can do besides going on my knees at his feet. And I'm talking about Jesus. This is the only way I know to pray for myself, to pray with my husband, to pray for my children. As they are growing older, they are getting more challenges and they are having difficulties in making choices. But with praying and staying at his feet, I believe everything is going to be possible.
Wow. Well, that's wonderful. And I share in that sentiment with you. My family, we daily come together in prayer as we pray for not only ourselves, but mostly for our fans. We're constantly praying for our fans and we're constantly praying for the world. And where we can help, we always are willing to be the hands of God as well. So thank you so much for sharing that with us. And you take care of yourself and I'll see you around.
Thank you for your leadership.
All right. Take care, Deborah. Bye-bye. The meal is ready. Let's check it out. Thank you for joining us on another episode of Feed the Soul with Mirthell, where it's our mission to tell the story, feed the soul, make them laugh, heal the heart. I hope that you try this dish and enjoy it, and I'll see you next time.